Yeah, so, I'm just gonna throw this at the start of the video. I did it's only like a 23-minute session, um, for this commission piece, that is for some reason, like the most popular thing on my channel, which I really just use as dumping grounds for my models. This particular one was a commission that never really went anywhere. It's kind of a big project, and I'm recording this post session, so like you're gonna notice kind of odd bits. I want to finish it, but in all honesty, I don't know what to do with it. I get to this point a lot with models where I get to a point where I'm just staring at it and I'm like, yeah, so, but part of it is like, this mesh is a mess. Like, I don't know how I screwed it up this badly. Like, look at all of these bits. Thanks, Da Vinci, for interrupting me. This back area is not too rough, but I think when I started this, I wasn't used to kind of making more complex shapes without a ton of polys, and I had no problem just doing this, right, and just adding on a ton of polys super quickly, and a ton of faces. And I also made a lot of this all one piece. Like, you'll see that I separated these turrets. This turret's still one piece. Normally I don't do that with stuff like this, because if I want to animate this, it is much easier to grab this, and it's not going to be on an axis, but, rotate it. Right, I'll use this guy. I can rotate. For some reason, I am just fat fingering all the buttons. Rotate it like this and animate it, so I can do location, rotation, scale, 50 frames later, still fat fingering everything. Do that. What? Oh, that's on. There we go. Do that. Location, rotation, scale, and so now if we watch it, much easier to do than if it's a part of the mesh, because I can't do that with this. Probably is a way to do it, but I think I can just do it with these faces, but it's not my preferred way. And I prefer doing it one piece, because let's say, like with this, I don't like these, delete, and just start over, instead of having to select all the faces and then delete them. When it comes to finalizing it, I'll join everything and combine all the faces to make it all flow a little bit nicer. But yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I'm gonna have to watch the movie again and get some inspiration, because it's been a while since I've seen it. Because I'll show you like the standard I want to bring it to. This is not the right file. What is this? Okay. Sorry, I opened up a random model set. Where's the bigger, more complex thing I've made? Maybe I'll throw this at the end of the video also, since I'm taking so long just to get a simple point across. We'll just take an aircraft. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Yeah. Jet I made. Actually, I think it's animated. No, it's not. Okay. If you look through this mesh, which is a very rough mesh, I still consider a work in progress. You can see how I got these shapes a lot nicer and a lot more flowier, not using a ton of mesh. There's a few like rough spots here, but that's stuff I can work out. But this is a far more curvy mesh. I'd probably even find a newer one that's well, here, this one's a pretty low poly. At least I remember it being low poly. Example, let me flatten it. Yeah, I'm able to get these shapes and such with a lot less polys than I use the propeller. Don't look at that. And when I have to use triangulars, because I'm pretty sure this face was off CASE, it's kind of offset a little bit. It's not like it's not flat; it's at an angle. This corner is further back than this corner, and that offsets the face. And all these are offset, but I can incorporate these a little bit better. It's just stuff I've picked up on to be better. So I'm kind of tempted to just nuke it, at least this front section, and redo it completely. The lower isn't too bad. I can probably salvage this. This is bad. Like, if I want to edit this, I'm either going to have to delete it all. Like, look at this little dip. Why? Like, I could probably fix that with some time and some careful, you know, like, adjusting there, like, kinda. But I guess I could edit it by going, oh, and it might actually kind of look cool if, you know, if I turned up its effect a little bit, kind of bubbled it out. You know, I've thought about doing that with, like, that right there. Just kind of bubbling, and I mean, that doesn't look good. It'd need more polys, but I feel like that looks a little bit more artistic-y, like how the show would probably draw it, or the artists of the show. But yeah, I don't know what I was going for when I first started working on this commission. And just to kind of, like, I don't know, let everyone know kind of my mind, like, what I think about when I'm making stuff like this is, if we take, that's a bigger project I haven't finished. Yeah, we'll just look at the KBZ8. We'll save. Or just, yeah, do that blender. Come on. I know I double tapped it for some reason. If we look at this tank, right? It's not finished yet. And the best example of that is you'll see stuff on this side you won't see on this side. Mostly those side plates, and like the suspension isn't done yet. I work on every little bit of this tank at a time, and you'll also see that the turret has a lot more detail on it, kinda, than the rest of the hull. It's a little bit more evenly spread now, but that's from just like, this turret is the main thing. That's what I had all the ideas for, and the whole kind of came secondary because it was like suitable for what I was using this model for. And so, and like, you know, the hatches don't have any yet. They're not modeled. Do I want to do a hatch like this? I don't know yet. A lot of this stuff I just kind of design on the fly. I'll just sit down and see if I can find one that's just like a cube, just to show off, kind of. Okay, here's a. Oh, I forgot. Okay, this is kind of weird. Blender did a weird thing on me. There we go. Here's a tank that very clearly trying to be something British. It's been in this state of being not touched for a long time because I ran out of ideas for it. And so a lot of projects like that get forgotten. I don't want it to happen to the Nausicaa. I cannot pronounce it, I'm sorry. Airship that I've been working on. If I can find the model again, it's not in this file. It'll be much faster if I just did that. Yeah, I'm out of ideas what to do with it. I'm gonna have to watch the show. And the airship's super inconsistent in the show, which does not help at all. And that's kind of like tease guns and placement of these guns, and stuff like that. These casemate turrets I really like, but a lot of the stuff was designed in cooperation with the person who put the commission up. And kind of like letting them make the design, because it's a commission. The commission has kind of fallen through. I'm not bugged by it or anything. I'll continue this model just because it seems like people want it. Yeah, I don't even have like guide wheels or anything. But yeah, I'm kind of stumped. I mean, this project is over a year old. You can see timestamps up here. I'd keep a note and I'd jot down how much time I spent on commission models. So you can see, like, last one, I don't know when this date was, but last one I wrote down the date was 3/6/19. It is 10/18/20. So it's been a while since I last touched this model. That wing is very, like, Galaxy, the cargo plane. And I guess it also decides, like, is it a airship? Like, or no, it's an airship. Is it like a war airship? Like, is it main purpose fighting? Is it a cargo ship? I'm gonna have to watch the show again to kind of re-gauge some of their artistic designs in there. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Let me know. But yeah, I'm probably just going to do. Let's see here. Come on, do it right. There we go. Probably just gonna do that, to be honest. I'm not gonna save it like this, but I just kind of want to see what I'm thinking of bubble cockpit. I can draw real quickly. I'll waste a little bit more of your time. Thinking about kind of doing, maybe not so drastic, kind of like that, and then going down into the nose, and kind of making this kind of this like window kind of setup, but just across the bubble. So this is not the best way to draw this, but gets the idea through. And then up here we can do these casemates kind of here, and they can flow really nice into the front. So you can have your turret there, and then we can kind of, this can kind of go like this, just obviously flat up here, and we'll put a gun up here. Like that. And we put another casemate here, kind of looking forward, and then make these kind of opening doors. I like the idea of having bumpers, because for some reason I remember these things landing pretty hard. I don't remember if that's the case or not, but I mean, if they're, this would not be an easy thing to land, because you have to land, like, I almost tried to explain this with my hands. That would not have worked. This is the landing gear, so you can't, like, just glide it down. You have to basically hover it. So I mean, if it's gonna be hitting its nose when it lands, so I kind of figured, like, oh, it should probably have some kind of shock rams. Probably put a casemate here, maybe even like a double casemate, like a gun like there, and then a gun right below it. I'm not going for realism. If I would, I want to do that because, you know, you want some armor between your turrets. I don't know. I'm gonna stop rambling because it's been 15 minutes. Yeah, if you guys got ideas for models or stuff, let me know. I don't really have a ton of free time, sadly. And like the main thing I have been working on has been, I don't have it opened anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm really bad at file management. And I'm not going to cut any of this either. I'm too lazy. I'm sorry. I could spend like a lot of time on it. Make some like really nice high definition, not high definition, but like really well edited content. Yeah, that's not me. I've been working on this SMG, so that's my main thing. I'll still be uploading more of that. I just figured I'd change it up a little bit and do the Nausicaa airship. So yeah, I'll figure it out, possibly. I will try not to let this model just fall into the endless void that is my Blender files.